Another applicant who instantly connects to her readers is the Nike Jordans. Using dialogue as a main component in setting up her opening scene, she opens her essay introducing the idea that maybe, just maybe, people in America have some misconceptions about her home country of Senegal. The first time I was really puzzled by a question about my African origins, I was shopping in a mall in Maryland. One of the sales clerks complimented me on my sneakers, asking me where I got them. I told her that I bought them overseas in my country, Senegal. "They have Nike Jordans in Africa?" she asked me. She was surprised that I would be able to purchase the same products in Africa that are available in America. The Nike Jordans goes on to recount various examples of the same kind of misunderstanding and miscommunication, relaying her own shock and awe as various Americans she meets during a gap year in Washington, D.C. confirm her suspicions that her culture and upbringing are grossly misunderstood by the average American, defined by an array of disturbing cliches. Her reaction was not the last strange comment or inaccurate assumption I encountered during my adventures abroad. In a restaurant in Washington, D.C., I was waiting for my order when I revealed to the waitress that I was from Africa. She exclaimed, "Really? That's so cool. When I was younger, The Lion King was my favorite movie." One man in Florida asked me how I managed to travel to the States, taking on an embarrassed shade of beet red after I said, "A plane." And an old lady shared her regret of never experiencing a safari and was dumbfounded that I myself had never seen a giraffe or any other exotic animals. I live in a bustling metropolis. The comments and questions that came up most often were regarding my language and manner of speaking. Some people seemed surprised that I did not have an accent, considering it was my first time in the U.S. Others were just puzzled that I spoke French instead of African. Still, the Nike Jordans' response to these bizarre encounters is not one of anger or frustration, but one of hope and understanding. In fact, it motivates her to become a proactive force of change in bridging the gap between these cultures. While some people would have been offended by such questions and comments, I believe this dialogue is proof of a communication and knowledge gap rather than general insensitivity. Each bizarre inquiry and assumption taught me more about the deeply ingrained beliefs and false perceptions people have about my country. Beliefs I can help adjust. She closes with a line that showcases perspective, maturity, and grace, and leaves the reader with food for thought. The more proactively curious we are about other people's backgrounds, the more informed and open-minded we become. Along the way, the most valuable thing we can do is show understanding for each other as we stumble along the road to world knowledge and cultural sensitivity. After all, who among us already knows it all? An expertly executed ending, to say the least.